What's going on, guys? So in this one, I'm going to be taking a look at the ANGUS Mobile Armor Eliminator. Now, they only had 3 different types of these that they made. There is this one for Angus, there is the shark one for Ivar, and the dragon one for Rowan. Now, these are another vehicle set that they made that never showed up in the show. Well, the first season. The second season, Battle Thunder, got canceled, so we'll never know if they were actually going to show up in them. But like I said, there's only 3 of these, so it looks like they kind of went the same route as the 8-inch figures for Rowan, Ivar, and Angus, like that one. They just had a bunch of little extra pieces and armor that you could take on and off. And I think it's interesting because this set actually came out after Garrett had shown up in the show, so they still decided to only make these 3. But all right, let's take a look at it. All right, so before we look at the figure, I want to take a look at the box. And if you look closely in the beginning of this video, you'll see behind me over my right shoulder, I do have another one of these that is completely sealed. I think these ones are so cool. I try to get them whenever I can. This one I did get that was already opened, so this is kind of the one I use for display and stuff like that. But anyway, so here is the box, and this is more of that artwork. Every time I look at these boxes, I say I think the artwork is some of the coolest part of these. It's like, look at that. So there's your Ivar one with the shark, Rowan with the dragon one, and here's the Angus one that's a bull. So then there's the side showing you the other figures. Like I was saying, with this set, Garrett is already out, but they still just decided they wanted to go with these 3. There's the back. You know, more pictures of that. Just the normal story part. But there is the box. All right, now let's take a look at the figure and everything we've got. So it comes with the armor eliminator, a little Angus figure, these 2 shields, and the instructions. So first I want to start with the instructions. So with this one, it looks like these are going to be the instructions, the exact same ones you get with every single one, because it's showing stuff for all 3 of them. Up here, you know, you've got Rowan. That one is for Ivar, and then there's one for Angus. Looks like the only difference is Rowan is the only one that comes with a projectile and a big shield. All the other ones come with the figure, the armor, and 2 shields. So first I'm going to take a look at the Angus figure. So again, just like most of these vehicle sets you just get kind of a 3-colored basic figure. Most of them have just very basic movement. So like you say, you can just, you know, move the legs, but that's pretty much it there. There's no movement of the torso. You know, you can move the arms a little bit. This one actually has some movement at the wrists, but that's because part of how it has to go on there. Head moves. One thing I do like about this one is he's got red eyes. I thought that was kind of interesting and cool. And here is the Eliminator itself. So it looks like it's supposed to be a bull. And again, with these ones, it's cool just the medieval detail they put on them. And, you know, you got the handle. It's got, you know, the wood. It's supposed to look like wood. It's got just these metal kind of accents on them. Down here, you got just some more metal looking stuff with just a kind of thing hanging down. Rock, more wood. They're supposed to be like wooden kind of wheels. Got your axe. Again, that's what I love about these figures is they make it very clear that it is medieval toys. It is medieval time period. They don't try to add like new age kind of stuff. It's like, all right, they make it look like it would be made with whatever is available during the time period, with also magic, obviously, but still everything in the time period. So the movement articulation with this one is, you got the movement in the wheels. They actually move pretty good. So when you pull this lever, it moves the axe arm. But you can't adjust the axe. It's kind of stuck in place there. And it looks like you can move it right here, but it's very, very stiff. So I feel like I'm gonna break it every time I try to move it. Now this arm actually has the most movement. So you can, move at the elbow and all that. And then it's got one of those locking kind of things, so you can put it in there and keep it in that position. But then on this one, it's got the shield. And what you do is you push this down and it spins the shield. The only thing with it is you can't just keep pressing it and making it spin. You got to press it, let it spin, and then you let go. Because if you press it, let it spin, and stop it, it just stops it. You can move the wrist on this one. The mouth doesn't move. The head doesn't move. You can move the horns, though. One funny thing, though, with that is like they almost had the foresight to let the horns move, because when you move the axe arm, sometimes this pops up and hits them. And you can kind of move the axe a little bit and shape it, and it doesn't, but then it just kind of goes back into place. And these were meant to just kind of, roll around with your hand and fight. And there's the spot where Angus will put his hands to stand on there. Same with the foot pegs. And I like them because it's almost like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot kind of toy. So now the shields, they can go on Angus if you want them to, or they go onto here on these like foot parts. They just kind of snap into place. And then Angus, it's got those holes right there. It kind of clips in there. Then his hands just go onto there. And that's why this one has that wrist movement, so you can adjust them to go on there. Also, you can take like just the regular Angus figure, and he fits on it as well. As well as the Battle Fury Angus. They all clip onto it. All right, guys, that was my look at the Angus Mobile Armor Eliminator figure. Now, this is one of the ones that I really wish we could have seen in the show, because this would have been such a cool thing and would have been awesome to see what they do with them. But I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.
May Dada protect you.